2013 question 23. To which of the following molecules is the octet rule not applicable? Meaning, which of these molecules are not following the octet rule? Now, to do this question, of course, do not, especially if it's an MC question, do not start to draw out the 3D structure, the electron diagrams, or the shapes. Don't do that. So here, please just, I'm telling you a shortcut. It's to list out their electronic arrangements. So here we have OF2. So I'm going to use two colors, OF2. So what you're going to do is you're going to list out their electronic arrangements. Oxygen, the electronic arrangement is 2, 6. And fluorine, on the other hand, the electronic arrangement is 2, 7. But because there are two fluorine atoms here, I'm going to draw another one. I'm going to write another one. So 2, 7. Now the next thing is, how can you make them stable? Like, for example, oxygen atom here, how does it become stable? Obviously, it becomes stable when I add 2 more electrons, right? When it becomes 2, 8. And how does fluorine become stable? The first fluorine atom just needs to reach 8 electrons, right? So I add 1 electron, and I add another electron for this bottom one. So in a covalent compound, how do they become stable? It's obviously because they share the electrons, right? Now, if the two numbers on the left and right side, they are the same, then they are able to share those electrons and follow the octet rule. What do I mean by that? Look here. There are 2 electrons that oxygen needs in order to achieve this octet rule. And where are the 2 electrons going to be shared from? It's going to be here. 1 electron comes from fluorine atom, and the other comes from another fluorine atom. So boom, there you go. It's perfectly fine. It can be shared now. Or if you can look at the other way, if I don't look at oxygen, I look at fluorine first. I have 1 fluorine atom on the top. I have 1 electron there. I have 1 electron here. Where can I get 2 electrons to be shared? Obviously, then it's going to come from oxygen here, the 2 electrons. So you get this logic. So this one is obviously following the octet rule. So this is wrong. Now we can apply the same logic. Let's do this as an example now. NO2, do the same thing. List out their electronic arrangements. And the electronic arrangement is 2, 5. Oxygen, the electronic arrangement is 2, 6. And because there are 2 oxygen atoms here, I'm going to write another one. Now, how can I make the nitrogen atom stable? I need to achieve 8 atomic shell electrons. That's by adding 3 electrons. How can I make this oxygen atom on the top here stable? Adding 2 electrons. This one at the bottom here, also by adding 2 electrons. Do you notice this time, though? This time, unfortunately, the numbers do not match. On the left, I have 3 electrons. Okay. 2 of the electrons can be shared from here. 1 electron can be shared from here, but there is 1 extra electron remaining. Now, if there is 1 extra electron remaining, that means it's not that compound, that molecule is not following the octet rule. So you can write it here. There is 1 electron remaining. So that means it's not following octet rule. So here, NO2 is not following the octet rule. And let's do the same thing for CS2 now. CS2. Carbon, it's having an electronic arrangement of 2, 4. Sulfur, it's having an electronic arrangement of 2, 8, 6. 2, 8, 6. And because there are 2 sulfur atoms, I'm going to go ahead and write down 2 sulfur atoms here. And how can I make them stable? For carbon, I need 4 more electrons to become stable. Sulfur, I need 2 more electrons to become stable for both sulfur atoms. And you can check whether they match. Of course they match. These 4 electrons, how are they going to be shared? 2 of them would come from sulfur atom here. The other 2 would come from another sulfur atom here. So boom, this is also following the octet rule. So for this one, the answer is B. So please remember, if you want to do these type of questions to check whether it's following the octet rule or not, please list out their electronic arrangements. And with this method, you'll be able to get the answer. So B for this.